Hello, everyone. My name is Neya Haughton, and today I'll be starting off a loop of videos that anybody will be able to stream. And basically, what these videos are going to be doing is giving a preview to a number of retreats. Now, I'm not sure how long this will go or how often I'll do it, as I have not worked out all the kinks, but I'm going to be being an originator of a foundation that I'll be building alongside seven other intelligent and beautifully spirited women. Now, the eight founders, including myself as the originator, will be all sisters. It'll be couples of sisters. So myself as a Nia and my little sister Denise. There will be Gabrielle and Brittany. There will be Melita and Marcia, and there will be Raquel and her older sister. And honestly, we are like-minded individuals who have a completely different spiritual behavior. We have a lot of different biases. We need to also learn submission unto others, unto ourselves, unto a higher power, whomever we serve, and a number of different things. But we'll get into that a little later. So the first thing we'll be discussing in these videos and for our first upcoming retreat is projection of trajectory. I had a really intense and amazing, conversation and gathering with my sister Denise and Raquel yesterday, and we kind of dove right into it and explained what it means to us. We started to see where we lacked, and Raquel brought up such a good point. She wanted to understand where she was going wrong with trajectory, and I said, "Wow, I feel like that." Inside my head, I didn't even say it out loud. See, that's that humiliation. Humiliation can always be a good thing as well. It's not just a negative, a negative or derogatory word that people brush upon or say in different circumstances. It can be very good, and it could also help aid us into a more positive light and lifestyle. Now, today I spoke to Gabby and Brittany, and they both had some really good points about not only trajectory, but a number of life skills that we wanted to learn, things we wanted to understand, especially all of us being women of minority. It was powerful with the conversations that I had with Denise and Raquel yesterday, and then to carry it out today with Gabby and Britt. So, the first retreat we'll be doing is Trajectory Part A. The second one will be Trajectory Part B, as you'll never be able to touch everything into it because it's really intense, right? The projection of our trajectory onto others, and then how we, take it in for our own perspective. It is never ending. The third retreat will be interfaith in relationships. Each of us, a few of us have different faiths. Catholicism, we have Islam, Muslim faith, and then Christianity, and some of us being serving just a higher power or a spiritual livelihood. So, okay, so let me just jump right into trajectory code, and I'll be saying TC, and the abbreviation, like I said, for TC, is trajectory code. Basically, this first part in this, or a little snippet, is my notes that I took from a very powerful dissertation by a scholar in theology and logic, ethics, and also science. So stay with me here. So everyone has a TC, a trajectory code. So there's evidence that is inherently quantitative, that is objective, and supportive. My first question, and you guys write this down or try to remember this question and think about an answer to it. As you know, at the end, I'll want all of your responses, so we can put them all together and basically understand different perspectives and how we project our own trajectory. So, how do you calibrate away from implosion destinations and make meaningful contributions? Hear me out. How do you calibrate away from implosion destinations and make meaningful contributions? My response is, this is from the process by which you view your trajectory code. So there are different lines and points of trajection, right? So we'll start with point A, and we're going to go up to point C. Point A is the activating event. So the starting point determines how your trajectory code shapes your every action. At this point, there are only two trajectories to track following. Again, point A was activating event. Starting point that determines how your trajectory code shapes your every action. Let's move on to point B. This point represents a line where your behaviors, learned habits, personal standard operating procedures. There's another abbreviation, PSOP, personal standard operating procedures, and emotional influences may direct your path. It is how you've trained yourself to think and represent your present current reality, but does not determine your future goals. So before I go into C, I just want to throw in a side note that your current circumstance and your let me see, how can I put this in for better terms? Your present reality will never determine your future goals because it is forever evolving, right? So, point C, this represents your consequence. Consequence is not a derogatory term. It is the reaction of something that has occurred, of an action. So there are also good consequences as well. That is a really, it's just, let me see. People take words sometimes, and because they've seen it in repetitive situations where it is deemed derogatory, they, have that stuck inside their heads, and then it takes away the true definition, because everything has a right or a left. Not a right or wrong. Hear me out. A right or a left. So, again, point C represents your consequence. This is the line where your intended goal and your trajectory for success. It is influenced and calibrated by your mission, your vision, and your values. Each of ours will be different. Not one person's will be the same. There can be heavy similarities, but nobody's will be the exact same because we all think differently. We intake information differently. Your link at point C of your trajectory, or TC, has specific key performance indicators which allows you to sequentially measure the immediate, intermediate, and long term. Basically, point C will tell you how you started, where you're at, and where you want to go, or how you want to end up. Every decision and action you undertake will impact your trajectory line. Veering off courses in the slightest notion can impede your ability to arrive at your ultimate destination. So basically, if I say, okay, quick example, since I hear my husband clinking dishes in the background. He typically didn't enjoy matching all the time. I'm kidsy like that, or I don't want to say childish. I'm cutesy like that as far as being a female and high schoolish in that sense. And one day he said, "Yeah, babe, I don't really like matching. I don't mind doing it with you because if that's what you enjoy doing, but that wasn't really his thing." So then it kind of was like, okay. First I got annoyed secretly, y'all, and then I said, well, I don't really want to match you anyway. That was a lie. And then it was more so of being submissive until how he is and the things that he likes and enjoys, and then also being compliant to understanding a person, right? Because he didn't say it out of spite. He didn't give it any negative flows or anything like that. He simply told me how he felt. And then now, it feels like I kind of don't like matching, but then at that point, and then he's like, no, but let's continue to match because you like it. So see how I veered off that quick? It's like something he said kind of made me annoyed, but then I veered off because I was upset that he didn't like what I like. But opposites are supposed to attract, and if I wouldn't have been submissive, in the end, into learning what he likes and enjoys or how he likes to dress, like me or not like me, or not like me, then it basically would have tarnished that way of thinking that I had. Okay, so response and reactions, two different things. People think that a response and a reaction is the same thing, but they can be heavily defined almost opposite. And I'll show you why, or I'll explain to you why. A response is only an act of logic when you have concrete facts and are then able to take the appropriate action. Okay? One more time. This is for a response. A response is only an act of logic when you have concrete facts and are then able to take the appropriate action. Reactions are the acts of emotions when you engage in this process in reverse, meaning take an action and then get facts. So this is why a lot of times our reactions to something that happens lands us in trouble or feeling regret or sorrowful for what we did or, what we said, in a sense where it's almost like our reactions are impulsive. We haven't understood why this happens, what occurred, why it occurred, make any sense or logic with it. We just reacted. And, okay, so now I want to do a small exercise. Imagine you're in a time machine, and this is from the dissertation I read. It's a really good exercise. Imagine you're in a time machine. The space your machine currently occupies is your present. Behind you is the past, and in your immediate front lies your future. Looking in front of you is a massive windshield of life representing future opportunities, abundance mentality, possibilities, success, achievement, solutions, collaborations, partnerships, constructive imprints, and influences. Upward towards the right is your small rear view mirror. Y'all know what a rear view mirror is. This represents your past, such as experiences, pity, blame, jealousy, revenge, cynicism, what was or could have been, challenges encountered, and negative imprints or negative people's influences. Now, know that most rearview mirror images are overwhelmingly negative and constantly stimulate a defeating internal harassment. Meaning, when we look in our rear view, figuratively speaking, it's our past. It's behind us. Things that we grew from. We evolved. We elevated beyond, What's most intriguing is that although the rear view mirror only represents 3% of the windshield space, it's typically the area which most people remain fixated upon. Ask yourself, is this you? Is this your way of thinking? If so, why? What has conditioned your mentality growing up to respond this way? What have your actions and reactions represented? Is this a gilded response or a natural reaction? Again, is this a gilded response or a natural reaction? I want you guys to reserve the right to think for yourself without influence. So as you're watching these videos of whatever my notes on dissertations are, my experiences, or just general topics that can be a little more difficult to speak upon with people that are like-minded or, not like-minded. Remember that you don't ever have to project your trajectory upon someone else, and that your thoughts are indeed your own. We can share them with each other. We can share similar thoughts. We can even have some of the same ideas, but these are your own. Within this noted dissertation, I want to gain spiritual reflection with you guys' responses. Also, remember this phrase or this term. Partial corruption can lead to collateral damage. Partial corruption can lead to collateral damage. Last question. To what extent are we morally responsible for our own psychological massacres? That's powerful. That'll go along with our trajectory part B video and notes, explanations, experiences, discussions. But last question. To what extent are we morally responsible for our own psychological massacres? So, as you guys answer those questions, if you have questions, give me a shout. Each of you know how to reach me. Again, we'll be starting our retreats and our journey together for just healing and evolvement, just growth. Letting go mental stubbornness and just allowing opposition to become attractive and positive. You understand what I'm saying? So watch the video, answer the questions, take notes with the video. Let me know. And if it's something that you disagree with or feel differently upon my words or the things that I've stated, even though most are factual based. However, if you feel anything different, just let me know. I want to welcome great debates, keeping it clean, no disrespect, and no drama. I want to be able to accept difference, change, and just, present a new way of moral value and just people conduct, and mental health. We have to protect our mental health. So everybody, enjoy your day, and I'll see you next video. All right.